Hello, everybody. Welcome to Nintendo Expansion Pass here on Boss Rush Network. I'm your host, the enlightened, excited ADV. Joining me is Bossman himself, Mr. Corey Dirrig. Hello, good sir.
Hello, we are back with another episode.
I'm so happy to see you. I always get excited seeing you.
Why?
Because I don't get to see you as often. You know, I get to see you on this show and, of course, Power Block. But I love, when we just get together and we see each other, kind of right now through Skype, and just get to hang out and talk. You know, you're my best friend, and I miss my best friend.
I am cool.
You're cool. You're always cool.
I'm just kidding. I feel weird because, I got a haircut for the first time in, 3 months, and I shaved, which is also weird, so everything kind of just, feels the same on my head and my face, and it feels weird. And, my hair on my face is getting lighter, so it looks like I don't know. It's weird.
I got out of church, and I was coming home, and my mom, she kind of seen my beard. She just like, wait a minute, I see silver in your beard. It's getting gray hairs. I'm like, yes, Mom, I'm 42. I'm getting up there in age. Because the thing about it is, I don't have my gray hairs in my hair or anywhere else. It's just literally on my beard, so it's coming in. And
Ed's got that youth, everybody. He's got that youth.
I you know what? If I actually shave all of this off, yes, I would have that youth. I probably would be back in.
By the way,
30s.
Speaking of youth, I've been, you know how I've been distributing Power Block and trying to get the older episodes up on the feed.
Yes.
I've been watching some of the ones from 2016 and 2017, and it's we're both a lot thinner.
Yes.
And B, other than that, we both look exactly the same. Which is odd. But yeah, it is just, anyways, that was just something I noticed.
Well, everybody, before we actually get into the topic, Corey, we have some shout outs for our Patreon producers, so let's shout them out.
We do. So remember, if you are a patron of the Boss Rush Network, you get this show as well as 3 other shows early by subscribing to our $1 tier. But if you subscribe to our $5 tier, you get to be a Patreon producer. What does that mean? It means you get your name shouted out on this here program in this segment. Patreon.com/Boss Rush Network. If this is your first time, hi. So you can be a Patreon producer. And so our Patreon producers for this episode of Expansion Pass are as follows. If the window will open. All right. Quentin Jackson, Rebecca Jewell, Adriel Munger, my wife, Sana Dirrig, and Francisco Santillan. I want to thank all of our Patreon producers. I want to thank all of our patrons, and I want to thank all of our free listeners. If you are not a patron, if you could go over to Apple Podcasts or Spotify and leave us a 5-star rating or review, that would be extremely helpful as well. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Boss Rush Network, and leave a thumbs up on the video. That would also really help. It helps with discoverability, helps people find the show, helps broaden our reach. So anyways, I appreciate everybody. Remember, all of our content remains free. We just give some perks to our patrons.
Yes. Well, everybody, we're going to be discussing maybe some rumors of games in development for Nintendo Switch, and how do the rest of the year looks for Nintendo.
Yeah.
Ooh, excuse me.
I think we should probably just go over the rest of the year first. Just because, it'll be easier to fill in the gaps with these rumored games, because I think there's 5 rumored games right now. Well, 7 technically, because one's technically a trilogy, but we'll get there. And I kind of want to see where we're at, and then we can kind of talk about the rumored games and see where we sit. So obviously it's July. It's July 10th as of the time of this recording. So anything that happens after July 10th, any announcements, any reveals, not factored into this episode. But there shouldn't be really. Right now, so July for Switch, we have Klonoa Fantasy Reverie series. We have Live Alive, and we have Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is the big title for the year, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if we want to go over some of the major third-party games. I think we should go over at least some of them, but we're definitely going to hit on all the Nintendo-published games.
Yes. So right now, I know that Klonoa is out, but it's having some mixed reviews, and a lot of people are really upset that, or they're questioning how good it runs on other systems, because on the Switch the frame rate is choppy. There a lot of reports are saying. So at this point in time, even though it's good that for some people who may be enjoying it, though Bandai Namco said that if people want more Klonoa games, they have to go out and support it, and it really feels like they would support it, but they need to fix this game on Switch with the frame rate.
Yeah, I mean, we're not going to deep dive into every game like that, but like, yeah, I feel like a lot of, especially if the ports and stuff are being made by, I guess smaller teams or less experienced teams. I don't want to say, bad teams, because I don't think any team is bad, but there are less experienced teams that they kind of shovel these out to for these teams to keep the lights on and to get experience and stuff. And Klonoa kind of feels like that type of IP. It's not a big IP. It's not a very well-known IP. The fact that it runs worse on Switch than the other consoles is not a surprise, to me at least.
I think it's mostly a surprise because of how smooth it was running in the trailers and the direct, and then when the actual product comes out, it doesn't reflect that quality.
Yeah, I mean that the trailer was probably running on a PC build, though, to be fair.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a lot of these third-party games that are probably running on some sort of PC hardware or like their dev kit or something, right? They're not running all. It's not like they're like recording a Switch through a capture card, right? I mean, this
Right.
this is something that they curate and send out. But I don't know. I bet they patch it, because Klonoa feels like the type of game that feels at home on Switch as opposed to the other platforms. To be honest, I didn't even know it was on the other platforms. Not that I really pay attention to the other platforms anymore, but at least like a lot. I mean, I pay attention, but not like we do Nintendo. So
I think Nintendo just had the trailer reveal exclusive, and then after it, they could say it's coming out for everybody else.
Yeah. So that's kind of. Klonoa is kind of like a smaller title, obviously. Live Alive is kind of a bigger-ish title, I would say. It's definitely one people have their eye on because it's the HD 2D art style. It looks like it is kind of in the vein of Octopath Traveler and Triangle Strategy. So I think a lot of people are kind of ready for it. I don't know, Ed, you're kind of more into these games than I am. I think you've played the demo, right? So
yes, I still got to play more of the demo. There's other stories that I haven't finished yet. It's more, like I say, it's more about, it's a game that it came out for Super Famicom in Japan, and it was localized and everything, but it just never came to America.
Right.
So people are now finally getting a chance to experience this game that they have been missing for years or decades in a sense. Because I think it was around after Chrono Trigger that this game got announced, and it just never showed up here.
Right. But obviously the big one is Xenoblade, right? Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is the big kind of marquee title for July. Looks awesome. I mean, we did a whole episode. I think it actually came out on free feeds at the time of this recording. You know what
Yes.
today? It's
Yes.
July 10th. So go back and listen to that if you want. Xenoblade looks great. I'm kind of sad that I haven't finished the other two in time for this, but I'm still gonna play it. I know Dan wants to talk about like the lore, like do like a lore and a story refresher before Xenoblade Chronicles 3 comes out. So that might be happening for an expansion pass episode. I don't know who's gonna do it with him or you and him, Ed. I don't know what's going on with that yet. So that might be happening sooner than later. Keep an eye out on Twitter, I guess, for that. But I'm really into this story. I'm really into the way the world looks. I'm really partially anticipating it because I think it's going to be super influential to Breath of the Wild.
Yes.
And I want to see what kind of world they build and then kind of go into Breath of the Wild 2 and see what kind of world, how the world has evolved since the first one. Because for those who don't know, Monolith, who makes Xenoblade, they're kind of creating the world that we play in Breath of the Wild and Breath of the Wild 2. And so that's kind of where I'm at with that. What are your thoughts on Xenoblade?
I think Xenoblade. It's weird. Xenoblade 3 is because I already got a pre-order. I didn't get the collection. I'm just like, you know what? Let me go to Best Buy.
Yeah.
Get this already reserved and all of that. I think Xenoblade is kind of like Nintendo's Final Fantasy, where it is numbered, but the stories don't really connect to each other. But Xenoblade, it does have lore because it's kind of in the same world and everything. But I feel like you can literally jump into any of the games if you want to. So
well,
I
feel like 1, 2, and X you could kind of jump in and play, but 3 is kind of tying them all together somehow.
Yes.
And that's kind of like the first time that they've kind of acknowledged this, right? Because the not the DLC, but that epilogue chapter they did for 1, the definitive edition, is kind of like almost like a prequel to this, where it's kind of bringing everything in together and kind of tying the story up. And also, like, you can get, you know, they kind of tease that Shulk and Rex were going to become heroes in this game through the DLC, the expansion pass or whatever. So I'm super interested to see how they tie the stories together, even though I don't really know what's going on in the other games at this point.
Yeah, because Xenoblade has supposed to be taking place on the 2 Titans,
right?
You know, and it looks like throughout the series that definitely with this third one, it's just like, is there another Titan that we don't know about or anything? Like, what has evolved? Because just the way that it looks in the background, it looks like there's like a dragon kind of looking up with a sword in it. So I'm kind of wondering. I'm just like, was there another Titan at some point in time that we don't know about? Like, there's a lot of questions, and I think Xenoblade 3 will answer them. But I think when we like finally get to play it, jump into the stories, because it really looks like it's going to be a big cinematic story, with surprising parts in the gameplay, in the world and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, because I know they set the stage with the direct and everything, but I'm just like, there's got to be more that we don't know about.
Yeah.
So this 50+ hour RPG,
I'm surprised it's short. I mean, short in quotes, like, because like I know that 1 is like at least 80. I think even if you like mainline it with a few side quests, right? Like and the big joke with X is that it doesn't even get good until the 100-hour mark, because that's when you get to fight the sky dragons and stuff. And then I know 2 was also pretty long. So the fact that this one's only, quote unquote, only 50 hours is like nice, I guess.
I think it's because there's more party members, and so the grinding won't take long with that. Because I think that's the one thing with Xenoblade is the battle systems. Where it's kind of the fights in itself is that, yeah, you're doing these automatic fights, but you really can't, you know, recognize the damage or anything. Because you kind of, I think when you think of a JRPG and it comes to damage, that the stronger you get, you'll be able to do more. So when you're overpowered a little bit in Xenoblade, you think that you'll get into a fight with an enemy that's way lower than you, and it should take about 3 hits to kill, but your whole team is still taking about almost 10 minutes or so to battle these monsters, and it shouldn't be that way.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm excited. I think it looks great. I'm always it's just like one of those series that has become kind of I feel like it's one of those series that we kind of used to view Zelda as, where it's kind of like a premier series, but it doesn't always get the love that it deserves.
Yes.
And I feel like 3 is kind of going to be its breakout success, So
yeah,
we're gonna move on to August. There's not much coming out in August for Switch at all. I know that Blossom Tales 2 is scheduled for August, which we both really loved the first one.
yes,
It's kind of a really just like a straight up Link to the Past ripoff almost, I would say, but in a good way.
yes.
Like it literally opens up with them listening to their grandfather tell the beginning of A Link to the Past, and then you become, I forget what her name is. You become the girl and you kind of go out on your own adventure, and it's basically a Link to the Past. It's really cute. It's really awesome and funny because I actually just published this story or this episode on our feed today where we were talking about how the Switch version of Blossom Tales actually saved the studio.
Yeah.
For them to be able to do a second one. So I guess we'll see what it turns out to be, but I'm guessing it's going to be another Link to the Past style game. I'll probably check it out. What about you?
I definitely would check it out. I think I'm gonna hurry up and jump into the first one, finish it, and then pick up 2.
Yeah, I already have it on my wish list, so.
Oh, nice.
And the first one I think was only $15 to begin with, so this one shouldn't be more than 20, I bet.
Right.
And then the other quote unquote major game coming out for Switch is the Pac-Man World Repack, the remake of Pac-Man World.
So I will say this: I am going to buy this because I don't remember it on PlayStation 1.
I don't remember it either. I thought when they first announced this, I thought this was that weird GameCube game where you needed the Game Boy Advance, and it's not. It's the platformer that came out on PS1.
I'm like, when did this happen? Because I have that Pac-Man game that came to GameCube. I have like one. I think there was 3 of them, or was there 2 of them? I know there had to be 2 of them.
I think there was at least 2, but it was the weird multiplayer one where you needed the Game Boy Advances to play it.
Uh-huh. But there was a 3D Pac-Man game for GameCube also.
Yeah, well, there are 2 for Wii U also, which are actually pretty decent platformers if you're into that. Highly recommended. They're also really rare and really hard to find, so good luck, I guess. But
yeah, this one I definitely am going to try because it's just like I said, just didn't know they had one for PlayStation 1. I'm like, when the heck did this come out? Like, and I think when it showed it in the direct, didn't know, people were just like surprised by it. It's like, oh, PlayStation 1. I'm like, shoot, do anyone remember this? I literally don't.
Right.
I don't even know how the cover looked like on the PlayStation 1.
I don't remember it either. Also coming out in August is the Splatoon OLED Switch, which if you haven't upgraded to an OLED and you're into Splatoon, this is probably the one to get.
So I'm thinking if I can pre-order, I will. If not, I am going to go to Best Buy Wisconsin. I'm going to buy this for my nephew for his birthday.
Yeah, I also a case and the Pro Controller are also coming out in August. I think August 26th is the date. So
I thought it said the 9th.
The 9th is the game. September 9th is the game, and it's coming out 2 weeks before the game, so the 26th.
Oh, okay. So all the accessories are coming out earlier. Because I thought it said like the Pro Controller also is coming out on the 9th. No. It's very weird on how they worded this.
Maybe I messed that up in the story for POW Block, but I'm pretty sure the Pro Controller is coming out early as well. Let me check it out. By the way, if you want a breakdown of this, Jack Brow wrote a really nice article about it on bossrush.net, so you could Check that out. I'll link it in the show notes. The well, he just has the Pro or the Switch in here. Let me look it up. But yeah,
Yeah.
I really like the look of this Switch. By the way, I like the dock. I like the
Yes.
casing around the Switch. If I didn't have one, I would actually consider getting this one.
I was I was at Best Buy and I actually on Saturday and I actually was um looking through their Switch aisle and everything,
Hmm.
just to see what they had. And I kind of looked around the corner, and they had the OLED Switch, but they had the black ones.
Hmm.
So I was just like, okay, so I'm assuming that there's going to be more Switches now coming like into stock because I know they said they
Oh,
had.
the Pro controller is coming out on September 9th. You're right. Okay, well I was wrong then. I gotta fix that story in the Google Doc. Anyway, continue. Sorry, I just
Oh no, no, no. I'm thinking that we'll be probably getting more Switches coming to stores. Um, I'm just surprised that the white ones haven't like really shown up yet.
yeah, it seems like the white ones are pretty scarce. Um,
So
yeah. So speaking of September 9th is Splatoon 3. What are your thoughts on Splatoon 3? I mean, I think we're all pretty much in the same boat. We're all going to probably get it.
yes, we are. I am definitely going to get it. I got to see how that night looks. Because I would love to jump in and play around with the community, and just have a fun time. If not, I definitely want to try it online and see how that game is.
Yeah.
Uh, and finally dig into the single player and see what that's all about. And I want to try the salmon run. I know I need to do salmon run on part Splatoon 2, but I want to do it in 3 also.
Well,
To see how it
three
is.
three it's I mean 3 is different than 2 because 2 it only runs at certain times a day, which is weird, and you can only
Mm,
play with friends. You can't play with like it doesn't match make you, which is weird.
no.
So, but I mean,
And
I would definitely play some Salmon Run because Horde mode in Gears of War is like one of my favorite modes, and I never get to play
yes,
it anymore. So playing Salmon Run on on Splatoon 3 would be awesome.
I always feel like I'm underpowered when I do horror mode in Gears of War.
Well, it's because you're supposed to feel that way.
I
So,
I'm like, dang it. I'm like, am I doing something wrong?
also you have NBA 2K23, usually a big seller on all consoles. I
I,
might get it this year.
I'll probably wait till Black Friday for like a $20 sale because that game it comes out and then 4 weeks later, like even like a month out, it's on sale for
I
like
know.
40 or
Dude, this
when. But
the Switch version digitally has been like $15 every other week for the last 6 months. So, uh, yeah, I mean, I know what you mean, but I actually really like sports games, and I like when they're good.
yes,
And 2K on Switch has been really awesome. I got let's see, I got 18, 19, 20, 21, and I skipped 22 because I didn't play a lot of 21 and I didn't want to waste the money. But
hmm
now that the Cavs are good again, I might actually pick it up.
and I think Michael Jordan is the cover of 23.
There's 3 covers. There's the WNBA cover, there's the normal cover, and then there's like the Ultimate Edition cover, which is Jordan.
Jordan.
So yeah.
So what's with the WNBA? Are they in the game
Uh-huh.
now?
There's a WNBA like there's like a NBA mode and then there's a WNBA mode. So you could actually play like a franchise mode and a season and like everything you can do in an NBA, you can do
hmm
with the WNBA. So it's really cool.
Oh, didn't know they added that.
Yeah. And then you can actually like do like when you go and play other people, I think you can actually
hmm
I mean, I don't not online or anything, but you can actually mix and match the players. Like you can actually play men and women on the same team
Oh, awesome.
in some sort of mode.
I feel like I know for me, I think if I definitely pick this up physically, I want to get the WNBA cover.
I'm gonna
Um,
buy the cheapest cover, whichever cover's the cheapest, because I don't need any of the 2K bucks or whatever they're trying to make you buy
yeah,
cards
I
with.
don't.
I don't need any of the extra stuff. I just want to play basketball, man. I just want to, you know.
Right. I think I just want to show support and show for the WNBA.
No, I
Uh,
get it, but I'm also I've got another game to buy that month, so cheapest one
I
for me.
was I'm assuming Destiny.
No, Splatoon.
Oh,
They come out on the same day, by the way.
oh, oh! Great, dang it.
The anyway, Splatoon. I'm interested in Splatoon 3. I think Splatoon 3 looks like it's a lot of fun. I was talking about on what was it, the expansion pass we recorded the other night, I think.
Mhm.
Splatoon is one of those games where I always have a lot of fun when I play it. I just always forget it exists with the hundreds of other games I own at this point. That it's like,
Yeah,
ah, man, I would love to play Splatoon. And what got me like really itching to play it was actually I think Grayson was playing it, and he was posting screenshots of like his incredibly close matches, and I'm like, man, Splatoon is such a fun game. I want to play it again.
I think that's a one thing with Nintendo is that they do games with colors that pop so
Hmm.
well, and I think that's why when we was talking about Xenoblade 3 and Breath of the Wild 2, it's because not saying that Breath of the Wild 2 isn't colorful or anything, but it has that style of cell shading,
Hmm.
and different parts and everything. Whereas Xenoblade 3 is just like when you look at it, the color is so rich in detail, and
Hmm.
Nintendo does that so well. And when you look at Splatoon 3, it has like that 80s pop punk kind of color, neon kind of
Hmm.
look to it, but it's done so well. It's done
I
in a stylish way.
Yeah, I think the colors they chose for this version go together so well, and they make the game look way more appealing. Not that like
Yes.
not that like green and pink aren't super appealing, but like I don't know, there's something about the neon yellow and the purplish blue color that just they grab my attention, you know.
That pink contrast, it just
Yeah.
works for the series.
Yeah, I just think the colors are getting better every time they make a new version of this game, right? Like the first one was blue and
Mhm.
orange, which is like that's fine. Those colors are pretty boring, but I mean, it gets your point across, right? Like they're using paint or ink to cover things, right? Pink and green are super flashy, right? Everybody loves a good pink color, but like I don't know, man. This color scheme is like really grabbing my attention. I really want to play because of the
I,
colors, to be honest.
I kind of feel like Nintendo probably has some kind of, or I don't know if it's a game or they just have a computer that they just mix around different shades of colors and take notes of what matches and stuff, and then puts it in Splatoon.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think it's so much fun, and
And just on that's just that white background. It's
yeah,
like so good.
yeah. I think what makes it pop too, like, is the console, like the special edition console, like the white
Uh,
dock with the translucent kind of Joy Cons. Like, I don't know. The whole vibe around Splatoon 3 is very cool, and I'm excited to see it when it comes out.
yes.
The last kind of major game coming to Switch is the Geofold Chronicle, which is that weird kind of XCOM meets Final Fantasy Tactics game. Uh, kind of, I don't know. Every time see the name, I forget what it is, and then I see the trailer. I'm like, oh yeah, it's that game that they announced. Kind of along after Triangle Strategy came out. It looks fine. I don't know. I want more strategy RPGs, but Triangle Strategy just really didn't do it for me. And that's probably on me, but you know. Anything to say about Geofold Chronicles?
Um, I think I'm gonna wait for a sale for it. Um, not saying that I'm not going to get it or anything. Um, I just feel I don't know. It feels just weird for me that they're not really marketing or promoting it. And I think I feel like I need Square to give me more detail about the game, like a little bit clearer for breakdown.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that I'm not gonna get it, because I feel like I think I probably will end up buying it, but I'm like, oh, this is just gonna be a backlog game for me until I'm ready to jump into it
Hmm.
and everything.
Yeah. No, I hear you. All right, Ed. October's a huge month for Switch. There's about
Goodness,
six or seven things coming out for Switch in October.
can I say that October versus November is going to be hard
Yeah,
because
especially with some of
okay,
these rumored games that we're going to talk about in a little bit.
yeah.
Um, so October 4th is Overwatch 2. It's coming to Switch. It's free to play. There's a $40 package pre-order that gives you like in-game currency and some skins. They did this with the first game too, where the first game was $40, but if you paid the $60, you got the what was it, the legendary kind of origin skins or whatever.
Hmm.
They're doing the same thing with Overwatch 2. It's free to play. You don't have to pay the $40 that it shows you in the eShop, but there's no indication that it's free to play yet on the eShop. So just a little fair warning to all you guys out there looking to play Overwatch 2. I'm going to jump in. I like Overwatch. Ed, I don't know if I know you don't really play Overwatch, but are you going to check it out at least?
I think if they do a physical, like $60 physical one, I think I'll get it.
They are, but the last time they made a physical edition, it was a code in a box.
Uh,
So buyer beware on physical editions too.
yeah, I think it. Yeah, I think people just. I'm gonna have to check more of this out. I think I may get it for
Mhm.
Series X instead of Switch, and I think
Yeah.
and it's not so much because of the Switch version. It's because I own the first one on Xbox, and
Hmm.
I really haven't started it.
Yeah.
But
Well,
I think
the big thing with this game though is that it's cross play and cross progression, so you could
mm,
download it on Switch, play it on the go, and then continue your progress on the Xbox, right? I mean,
yeah,
that's like the big draw of this version, I think. Uh, they did confirm that they are going to transition people off of Overwatch 1 and try to transition them into Overwatch 2 instead of merging the multiplayer like they were originally
yeah.
planning. So that's also a heads up for everybody. Overwatch 1 will probably be ending at some point in the near future. And they're going to push everybody towards Overwatch 2.
I think yeah. I think I'm gonna download the free version for Switch unless the box art look real cool for it, and then I'll get it. But I think I'm probably
I bet
gonna be
it's
like,
I bet it's dark gray, orange, and white with Tracer on the front. Because it's going to be the opposite of the first game.
of the first game. Yeah, I think it's yeah. I'm going to give this one a try.
Yeah.
Um, you know,
Yeah. Yeah, so am I. I'm kind of I think I'm ready for more Overwatch. So I'm gonna check it out. Near Automata is coming out October 6th. This is a big one for Switch owners. I know people have been waiting for this since I think it was there was a thing out there floating around that said this was actually semi announced and leaked in 2019, which I wish I could find that story, but I'm excited. I will play this on Switch. I think it's going to be cool. I think it's going to be a cool experience. I've been waiting for this edition, I think.
so I think it's so outfield for me. Of course, I'm buying it and everything. I think it's because that this game has been on PlayStation 4 for a long time,
Mhm.
and then to see that it came on Microsoft, I think it got leaked on Microsoft.
No, it was on
I think
Game
Square.
Pass for a year.
No, when it got announced for
Oh,
Xbox.
yeah,
I
it,
think
it got leaked like right before the announcement at E3 that year.
okay, yeah. So seeing this come to Switch, um, I'm surprised that Square and Platinum and Virtuoso, because they're doing the the porting, that they would actually bring this to Switch. I know it's a like a very old game and everything. I think it just threw me off that they would do something like this, because now it's a possibility. While we got the first game, we should be getting the second game.
Well, this is the second game. We don't have the first game.
You talking? No, I'm talking about the Nier Automata series.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Nier is the first
It's
game.
the first.
Nier Automata
Right.
is the second game.
Second one.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about the follow up to Automata.
There isn't
I think I
one.
consider that as
There isn't
Yeah.
one. No, that was a remake of the first one.
the
one that just came out like last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a remake of the first one. That's the first
That's
game.
so weird. Because
Yeah.
I thought the first Nier looks different. I thought the
Well,
first Nier looked different.
Here, okay, well, there's a little explanation here. There are two versions of the first Nier. Okay, Japan
Yeah.
got a version, and Western audiences got a version. One stars the dad, and one stars the brother. The one that just got remade was the Japanese version of the game, which we never got here, but it's still the first game. So it's like a 1A, 1B situation. Not to be confused with 2B, who's the star of Nier Automata.
So I think that was the confusion of it, because it's I think it's Nier Automata
No,
reincarnation.
it's just called Nier version 1.2. Then there's like 20 numbers after it, but and then there's a mobile game which is called Nier Reincarnated.
Oh, I might be thinking of that one. I thought that was I don't want to say. Well, I did say
It's
follow-up
called
sequel.
So the remake of the first one's called Nier Replicant.
That's it. That's the name.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it's not like this is a simple thing to follow, right? It can't just be Nier and then Nier Automata, right? It's got to be difficult. But anyways.
Yeah. Well, I think that's probably what I mean. That Replicant would come to Switch.
Yeah, I think that's a safe bet. I mean, it's a early Xbox 360, PS3 game. There's no reason. Although Square didn't put Kingdom Hearts on Switch, so. But they're putting Crisis Core. I don't understand.
It's so weird. It's literally so weird. I think with Replicant it's because of Platinum Games doing it.
Yeah.
I think that's why I'm like, we'll probably see that follow up or that second game. Because I think with Automata, that with the look and style of it, everybody was thinking that was also part of like Nier Automata Replicant or something like that. It's confusing. But this is Square Enix when they don't make stuff confusing.
Right. Anyways, I'm gonna check it out. I think it's gonna be great, and we'll see it October 6th, which is my dad's birthday. So,
yay!
On the 7th, we're getting Marvel Midnight Suns, which is the Marvel card game. I thought I wanted to be a Marvel XCOM game, which is also very weird, but the moment they said that there were cards in this game, I'm out. I'm sorry, I'm out.
I haven't seen no gameplay with this, so it doesn't.
They haven't really shown any. If you go to their YouTube channel, there is some gameplay there, but they haven't, like during conferences or interviews or anything, they haven't shown gameplay. But there is gameplay of this game out there somewhere.
I just don't trust it. I'm going to pass.
Yeah, I'll probably pass too. Even though initially I was excited, and then they said cards, and then I was like, no. Also on the 7th, No Man's Sky. Only single-player version of No Man's Sky, by the way, for Switch, for now. I will not be getting it. I'm sorry, I don't really care. I like the studio. I think what they did with this game, how they turned it around, was impressive, but not getting it. Sorry.
To me personally, I feel like it's just too late. It's impressive. I'm glad that it's coming out, but I feel like it's too late.
Same. All right, Ed. Well, Plague Tale Requiem's coming cloud version. I'm not counting that.
I think we already discussed that.
Yeah. But on the 20th, we have Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope. This is one of the big games of October. I'm super excited for.
Yes.
Although the very next day is another big game I'm very excited for. But Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope looks great.
It does.
No Yoshi in it this time though. They cut Yoshi. But they brought in Bowser with a rocket launcher apparently.
Oh, yeah. I think this one is going to, I think because the other one felt like it had this kids appeal, but still catered to adults because kids really don't know strategy games like that. I feel like they made this easier for them to get into because with the free roaming of running around and still being able to plan the strategies and stuff, I think kids will now be able to jump more into this game.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see how the free roaming works. I mean, I watched a lot of the gameplay and stuff that they showed off and everything. I want to. It's like one of those things where like I'm watching it and I should understand it, but I don't understand it even though I'm watching it. And it's one of those things where I have to actually get my hands on the sticks to see, you know, how it feels and plays and whatnot.
Yeah.
You know, because like the battlefields are still kind of set up like the original battlefields. There's just no grid, and it's like really throwing me off. Like my brain isn't comprehending what's going on.
Yes.
But I'm excited, though. I love that first game. I uploaded those episodes today, too. We did 2 episodes on that game.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Also, by the way, sorry, everybody. If you're getting a bunch of old episodes onto your feed, it's because I'm putting the episodes that are missing onto the podcast feed.
Is that the one the E3 that we talked about it? I think we did a breakdown of the Ubisoft one and of the first game.
Yeah, we did that, but we also did 2 episodes when the game came out on this.
Okay.
And then one was like, our next prediction was, is the next Direct going to show another Ubisoft kind of crossover? Which the next Direct didn't, but the one after that showed the Star Fox one and Starlink, so we were close.
Yes.
Man, dude, so many good memories from these. We should do an expansion pass just on old episodes to see how right and wrong we were.
Yeah.
Oh, we also had an episode, Will the 3DS Survive 2019? Spoilers, it did not.
Oh, wow.
The next game coming out is October 21st, literally the very next day. Persona 5 Royal. This is a game I'm extremely, extremely excited for.
Okay, so
been holding out for the Switch version. Out. By the way, remember when you said that this game was not coming to Switch? Remember when you said that?
Yes. And the reason I said that is because Persona has been connected to PlayStation exclusively like for a long time. So when I'm surprised that we got the Persona 5 Warriors game that came to it also with PlayStation, but Xbox didn't get it. And we know that Shin Megami Tensei and Atlas games have been on Nintendo DS, on the handheld stuff. So Atlas has been supporting it. So when Joker's reveal happened, everybody believed that Persona 5 was happening. That shocked me at the Game Awards that Nintendo got Joker to be in that game, because I'm just like, okay, I know Persona Q is on DS, but this series is connected literally to PlayStation. And I'm thinking Sony had got the exclusive literally from Atlas for this game never to appear on anything.
Yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of games, though, that connected to PlayStation that are in Smash, though, right? I mean, Final Fantasy VII, Metal Gear.
Yeah.
I mean, I know we got Twin Snakes on GameCube and, Final Fantasy VII came later, but, those games are not Nintendo games.
Exactly.
The loading screen for Final Fantasy VII up until recently said SCEA on it, which is Sony Computer Entertainment of America. Okay, because they funded in public. They literally stole that game from Nintendo, by paying for it.
And pretty much, yeah. But then it's almost equivalent to the Mega Man games, in a sense. Like for a really long time, Mega Man was only on Nintendo products. Yeah, we had the Rally Wars, but that was like until Capcom actually signed up with Sega for that to happen.
Hmm.
Other than that, Mega Man stayed on Nintendo stuff for a long time, even
Hmm.
before it hit PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2.
Hmm.
Like it was literally locked on to on it. So that's why when you see like the Mega Man Legacy Collection for the regular games and X, you'd be like, man, this feels weird playing this on a different
Do,
system because
but
it's on.
by the
Go
way,
ahead.
do the NES and the SNES controllers work on the Legacy collections? Do you know?
I cannot confirm that. I would have to buy the games and then I would have to buy the controllers.
Oh my gosh. Well, I have both, so maybe I'll test it out.
Yes. But yeah, I really felt like Persona, well, and Royal makes the best decision because that was like the definitive edition
Hmm.
that came out for PlayStation.
Right.
So to see that, you know, that it hit Nintendo, everybody was waiting, like I said, for it to hit Nintendo.
Hmm.
Um I know people said, I know Phil Spencer came out and introduced just like, you guys wanted more Japanese and Eastern games on our console. So we went out and we got this. And like we talked earlier, or not earlier, but we talked in the episode of Expression Pass that Sega and Microsoft has a great relationship, and we are
Hmm.
not knocking it here at Nintendo for Expression Pass over here at Nintendo. We are not knocking it. I love that. I love it because I'm just like, if they're going to if Sega's going to give Microsoft a lot of exposure with Japanese games, do it.
Hmm.
I mean, they got the one of the biggest niche companies at the time. It was niche, but now you got one of the biggest companies, which was just Atlas. That we're still shocked about that even happening. And so I'm like, if they got that, if Microsoft was working with Sega to get that game on their system and with Game Pass, um, it should have been like, okay, it's coming to Xbox. Where's the Switch version? I'm
Hmm.
like, you guys know that Game Pass, yes, you'll make that Game Pass money, but you're gonna make money off of this Nintendo console.
Right.
And I think the struggle with me is just like, I don't know if Xbox is getting physical, but everybody is buying. Well, most
It.
people are buying physical for Persona 5 Royal for Switch.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if it really matters to Xbox if things are coming physically or digitally because
Hmm.
I don't know that Xbox players collect physical games the way that PlayStation and Nintendo players do, right? Like I feel like they've been pushing digital for so long. They've been pushing digital since the 360, right? And
Yes.
uh that changed when Xbox One got Game Pass, right? Like they are just really pushing people to their digital ecosystem and I just don't like I have a few Xbox physical games, like I get some when I find a game that I really like, but I don't collect them the way that I have Nintendo for a long time or have a couple PlayStation first party games, right? Like I just don't. I see Xbox as they have a digital only console. One of their consoles is digital only. Like I
Yes.
just don't
And
see.
so I think the thing is that it's important for me personally, I think it's important to have it physically on Xbox because when they had that problem where the online thing went down
Hmm.
and people really couldn't play a lot of the games on there, I'm like, for those who feel like this is their only console and if you can't play anything on it, but you can somehow still play it in a physical sense, that is, I guess that's just like more comforting or just, I can't think of the word for it. That's just more, safety, like a safety net for them.
Hmm.
Like I think the green and black will look nice on the green box of for Series X for Xbox. I really don't know. I would have to look at it, but I kind of want it to be like to me personally, I feel like the Xbox version is going to be the rarest version out of all three.
Yeah. Well,
You
I mean,
know,
it usually is now with third-party games. Like, it usually is. Like, a lot of Xbox games are becoming really hard to find because they don't push the physical games.
yeah,
And which is fine, but like it's just, I think a lot of Xbox games are going to be harder and harder to find because like they'll print them at that initial run, and then if they don't, they're not going to reprint things. So
right. And I think that's why I try to jump on the pre-orders for Xbox. If I see it, because that's what I did for Halo Infinite. I'm like, and Forza 5, I'm like, witness the pre-orders up because I want to snag this before they stop selling it or it become hard to find. So for Persona 5, definitely for Switch, the Persona 5 Royal for Switch, it's definitely a must for me. I feel like this is a game that I need to own on all three platforms. That says a lot. But I think that game is so good. I can't wait for people to experience it. And just having it on Switch, it's just like, yeah, I got to get this first one copy before they stop selling it. People start looking for it, and it's $240+ online
right.
trying to find it.
Yeah.
Where it's $15 for like Xbox or something.
I mean, as soon as things get announced, I go straight to Amazon to see if it's available for pre-order.
And I go right to Best Buy.
Yeah, the reason why I do Amazon is because there's a distribution center right next, like literally 10 minutes from my house.
Yeah, and I go to Best Buy because I have a distribution center and they still send my games late. So, but Best Buy, I could just literally drive 25 minutes up, talk to you while I'm on the phone, get into my game, and then snag it and go out.
Persona's still not available for Switch on.
It's not available on anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the pre-orders probably won't drop. I'm assuming it's September.
Yeah, maybe. But it's weird because Nier's already up.
Yeah.
Nier, by the way, $40. Pretty decent.
I know I'm pre-ordering that next week. I haven't pre-ordered it just yet, but I think I'm pre-ordering. Oh no, did I get it? No, I didn't get it yet. So I'm pre-ordering it next week.
By the way, I just found the perfect series for you. It's the Mega Man Complete cartoon series on DVD for $50.
I do love that cartoon. It was really good.
You would. All right. So we're gonna move to November. The weird square kind of gardening RPG, Harvestella.
Yeah,
is coming November 4th. I don't understand this game whatsoever.
So it's a mix of action RPG and farming simulator. So it's another take on Stardew Valley in a sense, but you're in. You also do some 3D fighting action to get like supplies and land and clear dungeons and stuff. I think I'm going to get it because this is another wacky title from Square, and I gotta admit,
oh, sorry. I was gonna say everybody's saying I'm gonna get it because it matches the font. Have you seen the weird obsession with people over the Square games that have the same font and the same title cards? Like
yes,
like Octopath, Triangle Strategy, Default Chronicles, Bravely Default, and now this one have the same font and the same kind of title card on the front of the box art. Everybody has like I've been seeing like this weird obsession of people just lining the boxes and be like, when your games have the same font, and then it's just like those games. It's funny, like I get it, but this is another one of those games that people are going to start adding to that picture.
So I kind of want to do an expansion pass on this. I feel like Square Enix has got back to our original place. Or really in a good standing with Nintendo. Because I'm like, for all the JRPGs that has dropped on Switch, that's a lot coming from Square.
Yeah, well, I mean, we kind of talked about it a little bit earlier, right? Like, Square's kind of business strategy has been kind of like they've kind of been refocused the last couple years, and I think the last kind of major thing was selling off their Western arm, right? Which was,
Yes.
you know, a steal for Embracer Group, and I'm so excited
Yeah.
for Tomb Raider 4 or whatever they decide to call it. But you know, like their big budget, like $200 million games are obviously going to be on Sony's platform. Their remakes and remasters and pixel art games are going to be focused on Switch, right? And I think that strategy is really working for them, you know. And then there's obviously the games that kind of cross over, like Dragon Quest XI, Octopath Traveler made its way to Xbox, Trials of Mana obviously made it over to PS4, but like I think Square is actually in a really good spot right now in terms of their focus. You know, I mean, the Final Fantasy VII kind of remake series looks great.
Mm-hmm.
Crisis Core is one of those games that's making the kind of double dip thing. The Forspoken looks really cool. Final Fantasy 16 looks awesome. Dragon Quest 11 was great. Like, I think Square is like quietly just doing really, really well. They're almost like Sega to an extent. I just feel like their IP are bigger, so they're kind of people notice more. But I still think like Square is quietly doing some great things.
It's their transition of them getting back to their Eastern style games.
Yeah.
You know, they were the JRPG company that people just went to, you know, and now that they expanded out of Final Fantasy and Dragon Quest, look how many JRPGs has hit Nintendo.
Yeah.
Bravely Default, Ononaki, Triangle Strategy, Octopath Traveler,
I mean, I Am Setsuna and Lost Sphere both hit. You know, I mean, there's a lot. They have a lot. And, like, I imagine those pixel art remasters are coming. I imagine a Final Fantasy 13, some sort of collection, is also coming next year.
That's what everybody's waiting for.
Because I think
they're waiting for 13 to drop.
I think 13 has some sort of anniversary next year. Like, either like 10th or 12th, 5th, 13th anniversary. I don't know. Something weird is next year for that game.
Yeah, everybody's waiting for they're hoping for the trilogy to hit Game Pass.
It's on Game Pass.
It already did.
It's all on Game Pass right now.
Oh, the trilogy? Okay. But I think people want that same trilogy to be re-released on Switch, because that's where everybody is waiting to buy that game.
Yeah, I mean, that's where I'm waiting. Like, I bought the first game digitally like a long time ago. It just showed up in my Xbox library when they were doing a back compat announcement. And I was like, man, for some reason, these, like, I don't know, not to get super off topic real quick, not that we are on topic right now, but the older kind of PS2, like the PS2 and PS3 era JRPGs from Square, even PS1, kind of feel at home in a handheld. In a sense, like,
yeah,
I've just been, because like I've been staring at Final Fantasy X for so long, debating on whether or not I should start it, and I'm like, no, you have to beat Death's Door first. You have to beat Fire Emblem first, and then we can move on to other things. But I just want 13 on the Switch. I think that game is extremely underrated. I really like 13. I know people don't like it, but I really like 13 a lot. And I know 13-2 is kind of considered the pinnacle of that trilogy, which I never played after the first one. I never played any of them.
So I know for me with Final Fantasy 13, I know it's very linear. I think I didn't like the two-party system. And not having a way to like really grind to almost halfway through the game. I didn't like fighting the espers to get their power and stuff, because it was weird. So I would get killed the first time I would fight that esper, and then when I replay it, I would beat them the second time. And it was just like, I don't understand why they designed this game to be, because it's just like, oh, we're all meet up, okay, now we're all separated to go. So and of course it was like, I don't know. It was a weird design of you get to a point you're at this chapter, then the next chapter is focusing on two other party members,
Hmm.
and yeah, and just two party, um, that two party member didn't work well for me. Definitely when you couldn't grind to get stronger.
Hmm.
You know,
I
it
mean, that's
always felt
fair.
like yeah, it always felt like everything that you was doing was a challenge until you got to the point where it was more open world and you could just grind as for as long as you want to get your characters up because you give them this big skill tree, but you can't really do nothing with it because you
Hmm.
don't have no way to grind to open stuff.
Yeah, I mean that's fair. I'm not saying the game is perfect by any stretch. I know it has its problems.
Mm.
I really liked it, and I think the characters are cool. I think,
I love lightning.
yeah, I mean like Lightning's cool. I think Shaw's the character with that has the chocobo in his afro.
Yeah.
He's super cool. Like Snow is kind of good-hearted douchebag at the end of the day, I guess. Fang is super cool. Like I think the characters are cool, and I would just like those games to be available again.
Yeah, I think a re-release for that game
I bet.
now.
I wonder if they'll come out separately at this point because those games are starting to get bigger. I hope they don't do the thing that the initial run of Final Fantasy X did, where like they fixed it with releases afterwards, but that the first release of that game, only 10 was on the cartridge, and you had to download 10 too.
Oh no.
But like the second run of that game put both games on the cartridge,
Okay.
which I traded in the one and got the other. So
I didn't even know that Final Fantasy 10 got a cartridge
mhm.
for Switch because it was one that I never found in stores.
Yeah, I have it. It's on my shelf.
Uh,
It's neat.
Shoot, I'm lucky I was able to get Final Fantasy 12 for Switch for cheap because I
I
went to
know.
Best Buy looking for it. That mug is sold out. I'm like, whoop.
I know. Um, all right. So yeah, I mean Harvestella, neat, whatever. Uh, coming back around here. Let's see. The big games obviously for November are the Pokemon games, right? Pokemon Scarlet and Violet.
Yes.
If these games are what people are saying they are, the open world kind of Pokemon game we've all been waiting for, and that we hoped Legends Arceus was and was not, uh, I'm gonna be in. I'm gonna be in on this.
I am. I'm going to be in. It's.
I think the game looks beautiful. I think the art style is great. I think the world looks interesting. I love the character designs. Like
Mhm.
I think this game looks really good in a way that I want Pokemon to be good.
Yeah, I think I'm all in. I know we'll probably get a Pokemon Direct about it probably in October, I believe. Um,
Yeah. Let's see. It comes
but
out on the 18th. I bet we get one at the last week of October.
I, mm, yeah, I think people will be depending. Let's see. So Harvester is probably gonna take a while for people to get through, but they'll probably enjoy it if it's good. Um, I know we got Skull and Bones and God of War in that same month, but I don't think those games are gonna take long compared to when Pokemon comes
I
out.
mean, I think those games are for different audiences. Or,
Yeah,
Pokemon will, like, if you buy two games in November, like God of War will be one and Pokemon will be one, right? Like that'll be
yeah.
like a, you know,
I
Skull
just
and Bones. By the way, man, that reveal was rough. That's all I'm gonna say.
it's an interesting title, and I'm
It's
leaving it
like
at that.
it's like The Division, but with pirates, and nothing good about Black Flag, which is what it was intentionally supposed to be. Anyways, another topic,
Yes.
another time.
Yeah, but I think I think November with Pokemon kind of like ending, or at this point in time, knowing it's the one of the big games for Nintendo itself. Um, I think that because we'll probably see some new Pokemon or everything. Uh, I'm excited for the game. I
Mhm.
think I'm still going to do the double pack because I need to order it before it be gone. Um, because I when I bought so I have bought the last Pokemon game single-handedly, like for each game, uh because they didn't have the double pack at that time.
Yeah.
And so now that I see it's still available for pre-order on Best Buy, I need to like let me pre-order this double pack, you know, and
Yeah.
everything.
By the way, do we still think it's needed? Two games are needed. I feel like they're just doing it now because A, it's tradition, and B, it prints them money because people will buy two copies of the game.
You know what? It's to me, it's the equivalent of double dipping on the game, of buying something that's still
Yeah.
digital and you buying physical. It's just the equivalent to me for that. I think, yeah, I think it still is needed. I mean, that's the way that they want to design the game, and stuff, and make it kind of appealing to one person. And I think it depends on the artwork of that particular Pokemon. Because if you don't care about this other Pokemon and it's not something that you are feeling, but you feel something else, then hey, I can spend $60 on the version that I like, and
Yeah.
then I just need to find someone else who got the other version, and yeah, we could trade and have fun right there. Just
Hmm.
uh, I think for me personally, now that they do like the double pack and stuff, it's just like it's a collector's thing to me. Like I love having both games because maybe I could switch off and be like, hey, you know what? I'll start this starter in this blue version with my particular green, like my plant base.
Hmm.
But you know what? Maybe in this yellow, I may try fire element. Let's see how it goes. You know.
Yeah. Lastly, in December, we have Dragon Quest Treasures, which looks like whatever.
A budget title for me. I'll wait for that to
Yep.
go on sale.
Yeah. We're going to go through a couple games that don't have release dates, but will probably still come out this year at some point. We're not going to try to predict which month they're coming out. We're just going to talk about them. Advance Wars 1 and 2 Reboot Camp. I know a lot of people within Boss Rush are super excited for that.
Yes.
Ed, how do you feel about Advance Wars?
I am ready to get this game. I don't care what the ratings are going to be.
Mhm.
It may not be my game of the year or anything, but I am a big supporter of Way4. I love them as a company. I love the games that they make, and some of them are hit and misses. But this game looks fun. It looks cartoony, and it looks like it's going to provide me a lot of laughs. But I like the strategy. The strategy to it, and I
Mhm.
never got to play Advance Wars back in the day, so I'm excited for this game.
Yeah. I think I'm more inclined to play it now than I would have been, a few years ago because of my
Mhm.
love for Fire Emblem and knowing that obviously Advance Wars, even though this is way forward, like these games were originally developed by Intelligent Systems.
Yes.
And so I think I'm more inclined to play it now, although I still think I'm going to prefer Fire Emblem at the end of the day. But I'll definitely play some Advance Wars.
Yeah.
The Atari 50th Anniversary Celebration Collection. Ed, are you going to check this out or no?
No, I did enough Atari back as a kid.
But there's some Jaguar games on here, Ed. Aren't you excited to play some Jaguar games?
That's probably the only appeal that might make me get it
Some
because I want to
Atari
play.
Lynx games, Ed. Aren't you excited to see those?
Uh, I think it depends on the price point. Uh, I think the Jaguar games will probably lead me onto it because it's a system that I never got to play. It's something that I thought it was a odd system.
Mhm.
Uh, but if they got Tempest on it, I'm going to give Tempest a try.
Tempest. Uh, uh, Bayonetta 3. I know this is the one that you're looking forward to the most, I think.
No more need to be said.
I'm excited. I'm a little concerned, but I'm also excited. Bayonetta 2 is great. Bayonetta 1 is good. This one looks like it's taking a slightly different direction with the monster battles. A little worried about that aspect of it, just because, I don't think the game... I don't think the scale of what they're trying to do with the game does the, like, especially the environmental art any service. Like, I think it does it a disservice, but also the action is always great in Bayonetta, so
It's more of the action and the comedic parts, like the over the topness. Like you could overlook everything else,
No,
but it's just like
I know that. I just, like, I don't think the environmental art has been great in Bayonetta anyways, and like adding scale to that environment is going to be a challenge, I think, to look at. Like, don't get me wrong, I think Astral Chain, by the way, that environment looks great. I think that game looks great, but like,
yes.
I just hope Bayonetta knows. I just hope they know what they're doing with the scale in this game, because the monster battles have me a little bit worried.
I think it's for a lot of people, it's about the combat, and everything else could fall to the wayside.
I know. I get that.
Trust me. Wait till you play Near Automata, you be like, oh goodness.
Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII Reunion coming to Switch. I'm pretty excited for this. Although I don't know if I'm going to get it right away, because I kind of want to play Final Fantasy Remake and Rebirth first, because I think this will kind of expand on those stories.
So I'm definitely going to get this one because I never got to play the original Crisis Core. I would love for them to actually include that into this game.
What?
The original Crisis Core.
I mean, I don't think they're going to. I think this is just a retelling of Crisis Core.
Yeah, I know, but I just like the original. Why not throw out the PSP version?
I know. But yeah, I'm excited. I kind of think that the story of Zack was kind of the most interesting part of what I played on Final Fantasy VII. So, and I never played this on my PSP because I just didn't. No excuse, just didn't. Anyways, Front Mission 1 and 2 remakes are also coming to Switch at some point soon. I think that these games look really cool. I've never played Front Mission before. I'm excited to play a strategy game with
no
mechs.
one has. LeBron is the only one that played it because it's once again another game that we didn't get here in America.
Yeah, I think it looks cool. I'm excited to play those for real.
Yeah.
Hogwarts Legacy is supposedly coming out sometime for Switch.
Okay, so
most anticipated game of the year, by the way. This game.
It's such a debatable thing, and
Why?
it's just like I don't know, because for me personally, do I get this game because you're getting it and we could talk about it, or
this game's gonna be so bad on Switch, but I'm still getting it there. No, the place to play this is gonna be Xbox and PlayStation. I'm shocked. I don't understand how they're doing this, but I'm gonna play the Switch version because we run a Nintendo podcast, and it's the best thing about doing podcasts every week, and I want to make sure that everybody knows whether they should play it or not. And I'm going to bite the bullet for you. But no, this game's going to run like crap. Unless Saber Interactive is doing the port, I don't really trust anybody else.
That is true. Well,
I mean, Panic Button maybe, but I think Panic Button is more of a first-person / action style.
Yeah.
Like, they're really good at porting, and with, like, I mean, obviously they've done all of Bethesda's games and they run great.
Exactly.
But
they know they magic.
But you know the type of game Panic Button can port, right? And
yes.
I mean, Hobbs port wasn't great, and Panic Button did that. Like, it was good, it wasn't great, it was really choppy. But Doom and Wolfenstein and Doom Eternal all run incredibly well on Switch, so.
Because I know that, at least we know that they worked with Bethesda,
yeah.
the people who made it. And, they worked alongside with them to make sure that things were right. So,
And Wolfenstein Youngblood on Switch wasn't bad because the port was bad. It was bad because that game is not great. I'm just going to throw that out there.
Across all 3 platforms.
Yeah.
I heard how bad that thing was.
Yeah.
I was shocked on how bad it was.
Yeah. Hogwarts Legacy, though, most anticipated game of the year. We'll probably double dip because I know the Switch version is not going to be great, but it's fine. I'm going to do it.
See, why do I have a feeling that you're gonna be like, Ed, get this game, and I'm gonna be at the store getting it.
Better. Little Devil Inside. I know LaRon was looking forward to this game. I don't really know what kind of game it is. I just know people are looking forward to it. So.
I have to be reminded of what this game was. I don't remember this game.
Yeah. Anyways, we're gonna move on from that anyway. Metal Slug Tactics looks really good. Although there's a lot of controversy around that studio right now.
Really?
Well, yeah. Well, the Saudi Arabian government has purchased the studio, and they aren't exactly, they behead people for fun. And by fun, I mean, like, if you are gay, if you are a woman who doesn't wear the correct head dressing, if you are, it's pretty scary over there, according to a lot of things I've heard. So
they don't want to support that.
Yeah, people are really kind of shying away from, not to get like super political or anything on the show, because we really try not to do that, but that support is scary. But yeah. It looks cool though. Like that's the thing, is Metal Slug Tactics looks cool. It looks really good.
Yeah.
Looks better than Advance Wars, I might say.
Okay. I had to take a look at Little Devil Inside. I thought this was only on PlayStation.
It's coming to Switch. It's PlayStation. Really? It's PlayStation first, I think, but it is coming to Switch.
Oh, I'd probably go double dip then. Yeah.
Let's see if I can find something else here now. Singing a song because I need to find something. Stop scrolling, Mr. Mouse. Mr. Muse. Where? Hold on. There was something I just missed. Metal Slug. Sorry, everybody. I'm doing great.
Question about the Outer World 2.
Yeah.
Is that only staying now on Xbox?
Yes, Xbox owns the IP.
Yes, I know that. But they're not going to try to bring the Switch or PlayStation to like complete those games. It's just like both systems are only going to have just those one games.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it. So Return to Monkey Island is coming to Switch, which was shown off in the last Direct. Looks neat. I'm not really into point and click adventure games, but that game looks like another one of those, and Monkey Island is usually considered one of the best.
Yeah. I don't know if this one, did they say this one's going to also be point and click, or
I don't know. I didn't look enough to check it out.
I am going to get it because I do like the look of it, art style, and I know the first one they said it was also funny and everything. Yeah. So hopefully the writing is like so good. But yeah, this is one that I'm going to get.
Yeah. River City Girls 2. River City Girls 1 is amazing. I didn't play 0. Did you play 0?
No, I did not. I was waiting to see if it was going to get a physical. But I might just have to end up going ahead and buy the original one. I mean, go buy it on Switch, like the eShop.
River City Girls 1 is amazing. That game is awesome.
I beat that.
Does that have online co-op? Do you know?
It may have.
Because I think we need to play that on stream at some point. But yeah, River City Girls 2 is coming to Switch. Looks awesome. Shovel Knight Dig also coming to Switch, which is kind of like that roguelite kind of Shovel Knight game, which I'm not super into. I wish they would just make Shovel Knight 2. But they're making Mina, so I'm excited for Yacht Club's next game. Sonic Frontiers is coming. I'm kind of intrigued by Sonic Frontiers.
I'm definitely going to buy it.
Yeah.
I'm up for giving that game a try.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the open world nature of that game looks cool. I think the stuff they showed with that looks like Green Hill Zone looks great.
Yes.
I really hope they nail a 3D Sonic game because they are not great recently. So
I re-downloaded Sonic Generation on my Series X because it's the 360 version. I'm like, yeah.
yeah, but that game has like the frame rate boost. It has the what do you call it? The 4K
Yeah.
boost. Like it looks and runs great. That game is that Sonic Generations, man. If we could get that on Switch, I would be like,
That's
geez.
what I'm waiting for. I would love to have that on it.
And I know they tried to pass off Sonic Forces as a sequel to that, and it's not. It's not. I don't want to
No.
make my own Sonic character. I want to play as Sonic. Okay, I'm not. I get that. In the grand scheme of Sonic fandom, I'm in the minority that I don't want to be a Sonic character, but I want to play as Sonic.
Right.
Uh, Maybe I should question my fandom now. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Cowabunga collection, I think, is both a day one for us
Yeah.
across every single platform that it exists on.
I literally think we should dish work one day.
Oh, God.
just say, Corey, hop on Hyperzone Heist. And
Maybe
let's
maybe
go.
I'll work from home that day.
Why they doing a conference? You trying to beat the game in under an hour.
Yeah.
We probably could beat it under an hour.
I know, dude. You can blow through that game in like 40 minutes if you're good enough.
Yes.
That's really the last kind of major game that I see on here. I mean, there's a couple smaller ones that I know will be a hit, like that Lord of the Rings Gollum game is supposedly coming to Switch at some point. I don't care about Lord of the Rings. I know people are gasping as soon as I say that. Them Fighting Herds, that kind of weird My Little Pony ripoff fighting game.
Yeah.
It looks cute, like it looks fun, but like I'm not, whatever. And that's kind of it for Switch right now. Ed, there's a lot still coming within the next year to 9 months. Like, I know a lot of these games that don't have dates will probably get pushed into next year, just because this year is already so busy, or they'll either hit that August date or December or something. But this year is full. How many games do you think we just talked about? 30?
Probably about
40?
Yeah, about 2025.
And like there's just so many games here that I'm
like with still stars being pushed to next year.
I know, thank God that game got pushed. Like, no offense, I can't wait for that game to come out, but
that would have been just having a discussion on that game. I'm just like, man, that is a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's 2022 in a nutshell. Plus, I think we'll save the rumored games for the next episode, just because we've been going for an hour and a half.
Okay.
The rumored discussions requires a bigger discussion, I think. So, yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that for the next episode, it's either the next episode or the episode after. I want to see where the Xenoblade kind of lore catch-up expansion pass falls into place. But, it's either going to be the next episode or the episode after. So
It's probably going to be the next episode.
Yeah, probably.
I mean,
right.
we already on the road.
Yeah, I know.
Well, with that, everybody, we're gonna stop right there for expansion pass. There's a lot of games, dude. We haven't even if there is a Nintendo Direct this month of July, and it's like the main 40 minute one, and stuff gets dated and it's coming out this year. On top of what we just talked about, dude, that's going to be close to about 30 to 40 some games. And we still haven't even dropped into the Indie Direct that's still supposed to be coming out.
Well, what
There's
games
so
will they
much.
even like? I'm not even going to ask because I don't want to get into this. I don't want another hour of discussion.
Hey, everybody's still waiting for Tunic to drop on Switch.
I know that's another game that I'm shocked to not get announced at the last whatever.
Yes.
So
I feel like that's the closing thing for the Indie World Direct.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
all right, Ed. Let's get out of here so we can record another episode.
okay. Well, Corey, where can we find you?
You can find me at I am Corey HC on Twitter and Instagram. You can find me hosting the Boss Rush podcast as well as Nintendo Power Block and Expansion Pass. We are working on getting a Death's Door kind of spoiler cast going for Spoiler Alert, our kind of new spin-off show that we're planning for this. We'll try to get an episode up once a month on a current or cool game. I don't want to promise a current game because, everybody needs money and time and effort for these, but we're going to try to do one once a month. So Death's Door is the first one we're planning, and then we'll go from there. But yeah, standard definition also.
Yes. You guys can find me on Twitter at ThatRetroCode and on Instagram at ThatRetroCode. You can find me on Discord, Nintendo Power Block on Mondays live, and on Wednesdays for the recorded and audio version. And if you guys feel like checking out Optional Opinion, it's on SoundCloud. I know I gotta get back into that, upload some new episodes, and record some new episodes for it. So you guys are into it, yeah, check it out. With that, everybody, have a great week, have a great weekend, and we'll see you next time on Nintendo Expansion Pass. Bye, everybody.
Goodbye.